Click, boom! What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, and we are here to bring you guys some more Midnight Madness. All right, this is episode 16. Right, so here we are, and you guys know how we always start these things. You got the formalities popping up on the screen here. If you are listening to this, the audio version, the formalities are as follows. We are on YouTube at Nothing But Niners, so youtube.com/NothingButNiners. It's spelled all the way out. So give us follows over there. We have Facebook, Instagram. That is Nothing But 9ERS, and then we have we have Twitter and what is it? It's Twitter and Snapchat, Nothing But 9ERS, and then Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch are Nothing But Niners, spelled all the way out. So if you're listening to this, because people have been saying you're just skipping the formalities and I don't know where it is. I saw some in the comments, so I want to let people know where you can find us. All right, and we are on pretty much any platform that has podcasts. You can find us there. So we're gonna start with on Twitter today.
What happened to that little slide you had that had all the formalities on it?
The slide?
Well, a picture that had all the formalities typed out on it.
That might still be in here somewhere. I'm not sure.
It might just
be in here somewhere. I'll look for it later on. But on Twitter today. So I wanted to do this during the last show, and I saved it because I thought this would be better with someone else's feedback. Okay, and we've kind of touched on this, but here let's just do it. So I cut off who posted this because I don't support this show or that network or channel or whatever you want to call it. Right. They're very famous and popular, so they don't need us at all to promote them. And they're a national thing. It's not that they cover the Niners or anything. But this list here is a list of. Can I? Oh, it's getting blocked at the bottom. It's okay. It's a top 10 list of head coaches in the NFL. Bill Belichick, number 1, Sean Payton 2, Mike Tomlin 3, Pete Carroll 4, John Harbaugh 5, Andy Reid 6, Kyle Shanahan 7, Ron Rivera 8, Matt LaFleur 9, and Mike Zimmer at 10. On the fringe is Stefanski, Flores, Vrabel, McVay, and Arians. I do not like this list.
I don't like this list either.
And it's not that I think Shanahan's too low, because I think maybe not last show, but a couple shows ago, I said I had Shanahan. I think I said just outside of my top 5. And yep. I remember people were killing me because I said I had Pete Carroll ahead of him and all that.
Right.
What don't you like about this list?
Well, I don't like that Arians isn't in the top 10. And I don't like that Mike Zimmer is in the top 10. And just, the order. I don't know how they figured out the order of this, but I saw a similar list today. So this must be a hot topic that a lot of people are trying to cover right now in the dead time. But the one that I saw had LaFleur and McVay ahead of Kyle Shanahan, which I was like, that doesn't make any sense either. You can't be students or I don't know. They're not part of his tree, so to speak, because they coached together. They didn't coach underneath him, but that doesn't have anything to do with this list. That was the other list I was talking about. But those are the two big ones. Zimmer being on here and Arians not being on there for me. I think Mike Tomlin is way too high.
I like Mike Tomlin, but I don't know that he's better than Kyle. I don't know that. It's weird. I think I give Kyle more respect because he's had to do it without his franchise QB.
Right.
If that makes any sense. Where Tomlin's had the benefit of having been for pretty much his entire career. Belichick, I respect because, of what he's done. However, again, the same kind of thing applies here. Like, what did he do without his franchise quarterback, right?
Right.
So, that will probably change a little bit for me depending on how much longer he coaches, but it's going to be really hard to unseat Belichick as number 1. I'm not mad at someone having him at number 1, but I think that could start to change in the opinions of others sooner rather than later, if I'm being completely honest.
Right. And I know a lot of people don't take it into consideration, but, when I look at the Patriots and Bill Belichick, I am not going to take away from the things that they accomplished, but I'm also not going to just full on give him all the credit either. You played in a division that was crap for all those years, and you got in trouble like 6 times for doing different stupid shit that is just barely by the rules, you know, or just barely outside the rules, depending on how you look at it.
Exactly.
You know? And I don't like the in a professional level using the excuse. He never said this. I'm paraphrasing, basically using my own words, but if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Doesn't work at a professional level, man.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with you, man. So it was definitely an interesting list, but it was weird. We got asked about this, and then I saw this on Twitter today from a very big site. So that was actually, I believe that was the only thing. Get down. I believe that was the only thing I saw on Twitter today. All right, so we can get rid of that banner, and let's just go ahead and get to the questions. We will answer them in order, but there's no but. Let's just answer them in order. So Danny Albright asked first, how far can you throw the football, and are you left-handed or right-handed? And so I posted a link in the chat where you can see our punt pass challenge. We did this. Oh man, I should have saw how old the video was. I want to say like a year or two ago. And I threw the ball about 60 yards. That was the question. I throw right-handed. So what about you?
I'm right-handed as well.
I think it was 53 yards.
I haven't had the opportunity to throw and play catch with anybody in quite some time. But the last time I did, I could throw very consistently between 30 and 40 yards. And if I had to throw long balls, about 55.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. Those are good numbers.
I could throw 30 and 40 yards. You know, I could just, play catch all day at 30 and 40 yards apart, and just throwing it back and forth. So.
Yeah, it's weird because I used to do this thing at when I worked for. Well, never mind. I don't want to waste all the time on that. But yeah, that's the answer there. The link is below if you guys actually want to go back and watch it. How glad are you guys that we drafted a dual threat quarterback? And then food questions mandatory from DJ Malone here. Opinions of sweet and savory monkey breads. All right, so I am very happy that we drafted. Oh shit, we were supposed to be alternating. My bad. You got the next two. I'm very happy that we drafted a dual threat quarterback. I think that it was something that, the league is changing, and I honestly think that Kyle Shanahan was looking for a challenge. I really believe that. I think that he was looking to challenge himself, and this is how he's going to do it.
Right. And this is just one more tool, that you can add to his arsenal, not saying, obviously Jimmy's not a dual threat quarterback, right? But they let Cap go, and Cap could run the ball. So, I think this is also some of Shanahan realizing that maybe it wouldn't have worked out with Colin, but at least he went back to say, you know what, that probably would be beneficial in this system. And I don't really have an opinion on monkey breads.
I don't know what monkey breads are. Have we had monkey bread before?
Yeah, they come in like sweet, kind of like a cinnamon bun type thing, sticky bun. And then they have like a garlic bread type one. It's monkey bread. It's bread, but it's all broken up and you just pull it apart.
Oh, it's like the knots, like almost like the bear claws type thing, right?
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, no, I'm not into it. I'm not a bread cake kind of person, so it's not for me. So this one here, DJ Malone doubles up, but he says underneath it, this is a question for Mike and Melissa. Right. What desserts do you guys wish to try deep fried? So I've seen some really weird deep fried stuff. I saw deep fried watermelon. I don't know how that works. I've seen deep fried what was that thing called?
Curious what you would bread that in.
Bro, don't even get me started. I've seen deep fried Oreos. I'm not in. It's just not for me, man. It's just not something that I'm interested in. I don't know. I feel weird saying it, but again, it's because I'm not a cake person and breaded snacks type of guy. If I had to say I wanted to try, is funnel cake count as deep fried? Can I just say I like funnel cake?
That is deep fried. You're just squirting it out of a bag into the deep fryer.
Funnel cake. I guess I'm old school. Do you have one? That's the only question for you. You got to give us an answer.
Is there a deep fried one that I want to try? Fried dessert I want to try?
All right. Well, while you think about it, you come back around. Okay. You got to answer before the end of the show. All right.
Deep fried cheesecake.
Deep fried cheesecake.
You guys watch The Sopranos? Oh, sorry. Did Melissa answer?
Yeah, she said deep fried cheesecake.
I have heard of that. And
Okay.
All right, go ahead, B.
All right. Have you guys watched, or have you guys watched The Sopranos? And thoughts on The Sopranos movie coming out? James Gandolfini, real life son, plays as young Tony Soprano. I never got into The Sopranos. I just never was into the mobster stuff. I've watched The Godfather like once all the way through. Like, I'm not even a huge fan of the Godfather movies. Just they're too long and it's too drawn out. It's just not my not what piques my interest. So I really don't have anything to say about The Sopranos.
We watched one or two episodes of The Sopranos, and then she said, "Did we?" Here we go. So I'll get questions with. So who'd you watch The Sopranos with? Here we go. But I just couldn't get into it. And everyone's telling me you got to go back because you're doing yourself a disservice. That is one show that is highly recommended by most people. So it might be something I go back and try to check out at another time. But I don't have a good answer for you. However, I do like when family members get to finish the roles for deceased family members. So with like the Fast and Furious, how
his brother.
Yeah. What was his name?
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker. Yeah. Paul Walker's brother got to finish the scenes for him and everything. I like when they do stuff like that. Even there was this really, really horrible movie called Queen of the Damned. Aaliyah starred in it and she died during filming, and her brother finished her scenes. How weird. Now that I thought was different, but it was a terrible, terrible movie. It was so bad that I don't remember anything about it, but I know I saw it. So yeah. That's my take on it. All right, and this is on you again.
Okay. Is Chris Paul going to choke again? Favorite Dragon Ball Z character? Do y'all like funnel cakes? Key lime pie or lemon meringue pie? Have you all tried Cubanos before? They're a kind of sandwich. I can't answer the Chris Paul question or the Dragon Ball Z because if you guys have been watching, I have no idea about Dragon Ball Z. Not in my childhood purview. Love funnel cake. Prefer elephant ears if you know what those are. Key lime pie or lemon meringue. I'm a lemon meringue. I'm a lemon anything guy. You can put I like lemon desserts. Period. And Cubanos. Yeah, I had a Cubano sandwich a couple times while I was in Orlando 4 years ago. Loved it.
I'm going to do this in reverse. I've never heard of Cubano, so I don't know what it is. Key lime or lemon meringue, and I've never had either. I like lime in my drinks. I also like lemon. So I drink a lot of water, and I'll put like just the like lime or the lemon, like the pure sour stuff in it. So I don't know. I would have to try them to give you an honest answer. My favorite Dragon Ball Z character is hands down Vegeta. With a nod to Piccolo. Those are two guys that just get after it. That's my favorite character. Like all attitude. If we're gonna fight, let's just freaking fight. Enough with the small talk. And no, Chris Paul and the Suns will not choke. They are going to be in the finals. That's what I think. Yes, that movie I was thinking of was that one. Someone had a comment here for you too, Brian. Where'd it go? Damn, I clicked the comment. Oh, Brian, I hope you're feeling good now. They were looking forward to seeing you. Yeah, man.
No, I am. I'm medicated, not heavily medicated right now, but just in order to sit still and not have spasms in my lower back. Last night was just crazy. Like I got off the show with you, we watched TV, and I went to go to bed. And as soon as I bent forward to pull the sheets back on the bed, I just felt the pop, and then intense sharp pain, and it's just like, I just killing myself.
It's contagious. This is exactly what I was going through
right
a couple of nights ago. This is crazy. Like I told you, man, I didn't get out of bed for work until after 11 o'clock. Like it was
You
crazy.
like voodooed that shit over to me.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Brian, what desserts have you not tried deep fried?
Ooh. Well, to be honest, I've fried a lot of stuff. That when I first got a personal in-house deep fryer, I tried frying chocolate chip cookies. I tried to fry Snickers bars because I'd seen it done before, and Reese's peanut butter cups, but it didn't work. It got too hot and they kind of just exploded all over the place, made a mess. But I think that if you could get if there was a way to do a piece of pie where you still get that creamy filling or whatever, like if it was a lemon meringue or something not a meringue, obviously, because it's got the meringue on top. You can't fry that.
Hey, if you could fry a watermelon, you could probably fry
meringue's just like whipped up cream. Like you wouldn't be able to fry it. It would just disappear, would dissolve. But anyway, kind of like baked Alaska. You can't really do that. Because you can't, you can fry ice cream, but I can't do it at home. So, but if I was going to try something, it'd be like a pie so that you have that, good creamy filling with the crunchy outside.
Oh yeah. My wife said she's had fried ice cream before. That wasn't with me. So whoever she watched Sopranos with is also who she had fried ice cream with, because that had nothing to do with me. Yeah. All right. So Debbie chimes in. She says, I see our guys training hard in the weight room. Mike and Brian, what's the most you can squat?
I haven't done squats in a long time. The last time I did it, I want to say it was like 280, I think. Something like that.
I think your legs are stronger than that, man. You can probably bench 280. So I think I
got little arms, man. Yeah. I do have thick legs though, because I was a running back, so I did work out my legs a lot. I could do like a leg press. I can do all the weight on the leg press,
right?
Like 450 pounds or something like that. So I guess I could probably squat more, but
I guess squatting is more about your back and your legs, right?
Well, yeah, but I haven't tried it in a long time, just because being in the submarine fleet, there's no room for a squat set. The machinery to do that.
Yeah.
And since I've been out, I just haven't been in a gym, man. I'm a fat kid now.
I haven't tried to squat in a really, really long time. I'm talking maybe a couple years after high school. And at that point, it was 3 something, but that wasn't maxed out. That's just what we were doing. And I was like, people were like looking then, so it was, I didn't think it was that impressive. And like you said, my legs are insanely strong, but like I said, it was more about balance. So, that's really what it comes down to. But if I tried to max out, I think I could get close to 400. So, yeah. Let's see here. What else we got? All right. This is on you.
NBN, how do you guys feel about Mitch Wishnowsky? And rookie year, he had great stats, but last year didn't have a great year. But I was happy about the pick, especially knowing it was Belichick's pick. I did not know it was Belichick's pick. I didn't hear that. I liked the pick with Mitch. I think the problem that we're having now is that he doesn't have anybody to push him. And so he's, with any specialist, especially our special teams guys, when you don't bring in some sort of competition and they know it's their job, it's kind of hard to push them to be better. But you also don't want to, some people would think it might be a waste to bring in a second punter to push your primary punter on your 90-man roster. But when you bring in 14 wide receivers, I think you can avoid or manage a spot for an extra punter if you think that will help push Mitch over back into how he was his first year or better than.
I like Mitch because he does a lot of stuff that people don't realize. A lot of the times he's asked to direct the ball, to minimize the return, so you could boot it 60 yards, but if you outkick the coverage and they return it 20, it's 40 yards net. It's not as good.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
It's not as good as if you direct the ball out of bounds and you do it where they can't return it and it's 48, 49, 50 yards. And so a lot of times people look at like, oh, that ball only went this far. Yeah, but the return was 1 yard or it was a fair catch,
right? Or
it was no return at all. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the tough part is that people just don't know what he's asked to do. And they're just looking at the distance of it, and out kicking your coverage is the worst thing to do.
Right.
because now you're forcing your coverage team to take bad angles and you get bigger returns that way. So having a big leg isn't all that it's about.
One thing I don't like about Mitch is that I don't get to see him tackle like he did that guy in that one game where he just I don't even remember who it was, but he just
it was a preseason game.
Yeah, he blasted that dude, and then obviously he got talked to. Like, you're the punter. You cannot do that because you're the only punter on the team. Do not get yourself hurt. But I would love to see plays like that every time he kicks the ball because he just annihilated that guy.
Bro, it fired the faithful up. Like, I don't know if I've
punter
ever
just kicked your ass.
yeah. Like it was the craziest thing because I think, if I'm not mistaken, that play made like highlight reels.
Yeah.
And like, you don't see punters get on highlight reels for good reasons. And it was incredible. I think that's why everyone thinks he had such a phenomenal rookie year. It was because of that. So and yes, that was Belichick's pick, because right after we made that pick, Belichick traded up to get the next punter off the board. So he was like kind of worried, oh shit, let me go out there and get him. All right. Here you go. One more for you.
Fried turkey or traditional baked turkey on holidays? I go with the traditional. I'm not trying to light my house on fire with frying a turkey in the backyard.
Deep fried turkey, hands down. Juicier, better flavoring. Like, oh my god. Now don't ask me to make it. I'm with you. I don't want to burn.
If I'm going to somebody else's house, they can do it. Yeah, I'll eat the hell out of it. But if I'm doing it, if we're doing it on our, at our house, then regular traditional baked turkey is how I roll.
For sure. Absolutely. You're 100% right on that. All right, let me see here. Taylor Gang chimes in. He says, oh, where'd it go?
Who was it?
Taylor Gang.
Have you guys looked at Elijah?
Son of a biscuit. I'm so mad. Have we looked at Elijah?
Oh, is that the question? Was that the one?
I don't know. I
can still find it.
What desserts have you not had deep fried? God, I can't believe I did that. Ryan. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. Have you guys looked into Elijah Mitchell, a Raging Cajun tape? Brian.
I've watched highlights of him, and that's about it.
I've watched just one or two games of his so far. I haven't done a super deep dive or anything like that. And there's some promise there. There's some inconsistencies also. So I'm anxious to see who we're actually going to get. And the one thing that I just caution people about is to not be fooled by that 40 time, because he does not play to that speed that was reported at all. So everyone's saying, oh, he's coming in here to replace or take the job from Mostert. Pump the brakes on that, because that's not who he is. All right. What's this Raging Cajun? Is that a food?
I assume that's where he went to school.
All right. This one here is what things should fans look for in preseason from Trey and Josh Rosen that are signals he's ready to take the starting job and would enable the Niners to move on from Jimmy before the season? This is an interesting question.
I don't know. I think that, from a fan side of it, obviously you want to see a ratio high TDs and low on interceptions, obviously. Watch how he's reading the field and who he's making his passes to, and then his release time. How fast can he get the ball out of his hands? When it's doing a running play, is he able to do trickery and make the ball disappear like Mariota can? Or is it just a blatant Mostert has the ball, so those things are all important, I think. But I think Trey has the ability to do those things. I think more to the point would be Josh Rosen, and you're going to need to see the same sort of things in order to see because if you're still going to need a backup quarterback and you're going to elevate Josh Rosen or Nate Sudfeld to that position in order to release Jimmy, you're going to need the preseason to see those things, and that's what you should be looking for. How they release the ball, how they can hand off the ball, and how they process the information that's happening on the field.
Yeah, it's going to be. This is a good question because they also asked about Rosen, meaning the backup, in order to get rid of Jimmy. So this is a fan with a realistic expectation. It can't just be Trey. We have to be willing to move on from Jimmy, and the backup has to be ready, like you explained. I just don't know if preseason is going to be the place where you can determine that definitively. And I hate to sound like I'm just trying to, get off of the question. Like all the things that Brian said count for sure. But you're also going to want to see, a little, to me, I want to see a little bit more than that. I want to see how he reacts when the play goes off script, or if a play breaks down early and the offensive line doesn't hold up, early. A lot of teams work on their blitz packages in preseason just to see, what they can tweak and all throughout the regular season. And so when that happens, I don't know if you remember, this happened with Jim Harbaugh his second year here, because I don't think there was a preseason this first year. I know that was the year of the strike and Camp Alex and all that. But I remember the Saints blitzed the hell out of Alex Smith. They were beating him to a pulp, and like people were really like upset about that. You want to see how they react to that kind of stuff. Sure. If they stop blitzing and then he starts running too early, are you running because you're running from ghosts? Though you don't want to see those things.
Right.
So
go ahead, finish. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, so it's not just what you do, it's also what you don't do.
Right.
Situational stuff.
The other thing would be if he does, and he will at some point throw an interception, and it's a matter of how he recovers from that and whether or not, because like we've seen how Jimmy reacts after he throws an interception. He's like, "Oh, got that out of my system. Let's go." And if Trey can do that, that's something you need to look for too. If it's something that sits in, he's throwing off passes because it's just haunting him, then, that's not good.
All right, Brian, take it away. This is a great question here. I like this one.
If there was an NBN combine, who would have the fastest 40, the longest long jump, the most reps on the bench, the fastest shuttle, and the highest vert? So basically, who's the most athletic on the NBN? Well, I know for a fact that Nick runs his ass off. And I know that Wayne runs as well. And Mike's a bigger dude, so he can probably, I would say Mike can probably put up the most reps because I know he can outdo me. And I'm sure that with Nick's shoulder injury, he can outdo Nick. So those two. Long jump, I don't know. I have no idea. I know I'm not finishing first in any of these categories. Especially not right now.
Tony's a runner too. Tony's a runner too. But see, there's a difference between long distance running and just the 40.
Sure.
There's a big difference there. I'm sorry. Let me let you finish. I'm sorry.
No, that's it.
I think. All right. Let me tell you the ones that I think I would come in the tops in. I think I would get the 40. I think. Well, damn, I'm kind of fat now. Maybe not anymore. If you had to ask me this just 2 years ago, I would have probably taken me without a second thought. Vertical, absolutely, that's me. Long jump, I don't know. I don't know about long jump. I don't know. I really like my legs and what they can do, but I don't know if I'm going to get the long jump on that. And then the reps on the bench, I think I could still take people on that one. Damn. So the only thing is what? Long jump that I didn't have confidence in?
Basically,
Is that it?
Right.
Oh, go me. I think we should do that. I think we should set this up. I think this is something
for the Eagles game.
Yeah, hell! Oh, look at you! Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
We can have minus Nick. We can have a pass, punt, kick, whatever it is, the drill that they do, and we can do that. And
hell yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun now. All right, but see, they're asking about the nothing but nine. See, so I know Crocker plans on being out here. I don't know if he would do this with us, but he would probably have the fastest 40 because he's still training and stuff.
Right.
He would probably have the fastest 40. He's been professionally trained in that, so I'm going to change my answers depending on who all is taking part in this. All right, let's see. We can do a couple more really quick here. I think one more for you.
Just real quick, Fable JVC said that we should do a competition, but we all have to have at least 3 beers first. That might be more entertaining, and then that might level the playing field also a little bit.
Imagine people falling, like running in the parking lot and falling face first out there. Oh my God, it would be terrible.
Having to spin around with the bat on your head and do all the crazy stuff. All right, Carlos, who's excited for the 75th state of the franchise for tomorrow? Sorry.
Yeah.
I really hope we bring back the 1994 red throwback jerseys and uniforms. I agree 100%. I hope that is what they do, and I am excited about just getting the information. We have been we're on show. What did you say? This is 14
16,
or 15?
16.
16. So we're over 2 weeks because it was even after they walked away that we decided to start doing this. So we have had really no inside information from the team for 2+ weeks, going on 3 weeks probably. So yeah, super excited to hear what they have to say, and information is going to come out. Mike, stop watching Melissa play the game.
Sorry. No, I am excited for all the same reason that you said. There was just not much to add to it there. And I don't really care what alternate jerseys they bring out this year. I'm going to like them anyway, because I think the Niners have like some of the best color schemes in the NFL. So, and I don't think I'm just saying that because they're my favorite team. So whatever they decide to do, I really like it. You know what I wish they would do? Remember the old Reebok jerseys where everything was like a more maroon type of color?
Yeah.
I would love to see those again.
You like those?
It's just like that was the reason is because that's when I really became passionate about football.
Gotcha.
And so like my first like authentic like $300-400 jersey was the Frank Gore and the Bryant Young ones. So that was it for me. That's gonna do it, guys. We thank you all for checking us out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Mahalo.